Mead. Mead is pretty simple to do. So we're going to knock up 4.5 litres of mead. There's nothing too tricky about mead. It's honey and we're going to turn it into alcohol. So keys are you need honey. So I'm using this. It's just honey. And you need water. Go for don't just bung tap water in, especially if you live in the Greater London area, because your water's not great. So any cheap water will do. Yeah, you'll need. I'm also going to flavour it. So this I've got is it's just elderflower water, basically, and that's going in as well. You'll see where we go with that. Yeast. You could use bread yeast. I'm going to use this. This is a US04 ale yeast, commonly used in homebrew beer brewing. And I'm just going to use a couple of teaspoons of that. Other things that you'll need, a saucepan just to warm your water up, because I'm just going to soften the honey. This is Kemsan. It's a sanitizer. You could use any sanitizer you want, and honestly, as long as you're clean, hot water cleans most things. Yeah, so sanitization is key. Make sure everything is really clean, sterile clean, and you will not get infections. So I'm using this 5 litre container with an airlock. So you can buy an airlock, it's about a couple of quid. And you could buy one of these for a couple of quid, already kitted out. If you had a hole in the top of your bowl, got a balloon, honestly, yeah, got a balloon, put a little pinhole in the balloon, put the balloon over the lid, and that would also work quite fine. And so you don't need it, but this is how I do it, because I have all the beer shit. It's a hydrometer. In water, it goes to 0, and so this will work out your alcoholic volume. It's useful. It's not that important. You can kind of guess you're going to end up with about a 15 to 16% alcoholic volume off of what we're going to do. The other thing that we'll need are raisins. Raisins will help with kicking off your yeast, because honey doesn't kick off that well straight off on its own with yeast. You can put yeast nutrients in, but honestly, handful of those raisins and the job's a good one. But yeah, raisins, water, honey, yeast. That's the basic ingredients. Thanks. So we've warmed the water. To just warm this honey up, to get it just to flow really into the container. This is the container we're going to use. There's the airlock. So it's a 5 litre container, and our first job is to get the honey in the container. So this is our first container of honey, and just let it go. So that's 680 in. What's left in it we'll run through in a sec, but let's just do that. One down. Here's our next one. We don't get paid by Rouse, but you know, wish we did. This is just Rouse honey. It's not expensive. I got this in Budgeons. Okay, so there is the honey in the container. What we're going to do now is add And I'm going to use this. Again, you could just use a jug of water and add it that way. Probably it's more exciting. That is enough of that. So as you can now see, we're up to just under, I'd say around 2 litres volume so far in there. Now what we have to do is shake this up. So this is quite warm now, and we just stir and shake. What this is all about is mixing it up, and gives you a workout at the same time. So that's our first level. So now what we're going to do is I'm adding this flavoured water, which is the Fentimans elderflower water. This one's sparkling, but it doesn't matter. But you could just use normal bottled water. But for this purpose, I am actually going to flavour this water up. This mead is going to end up as an elderflower mead. So we'll try this option. Fentimans is a natural drink anyway. So there's no real additives in this flavoured water. That this one is sparkling doesn't really matter. It won't stay sparkling that long because once we degas this. This is bringing our level of water up now. Now we're going to shake it again at this point. Just got to keep allowing the gas out as we mix. Which is good. You can see now it's settling out where we have and there's your carbonated area of which will settle out. With just plain water you wouldn't have got this so bad. You still get an element of that, but not so much. But I said, this is not really very complex. This is quite a simple and quick drink to make. The next process of the mead takes time, but this part of the whole brewing process doesn't take much time, excuse me. With these bottles, I'd save these bottles because your mead can go back in these bottles at a later date. Reuse them, recycling green. What we're going to end up here, this is where we're going to. So this line is where our volume will come to. So where our honey was here. Then we added water to here. Now we've added the flavoured waters to here. We're going to top this off with straightforward water. to that line, and we're going to give it another shake up. Just release your finger off the top to let the gases out. Okay, so we leave that now just for it to settle. Right, so we're going to take an ABV reading off of this using the hydrometer. So we'll just use our turkey baster. Okay, so on a reading, we are absolutely over. This is like super strong right now. Part of that is that there is some carbonation in the liquid, but so 140, considering we're going to end up with a gravity hopefully where we're going to be down here about 120, to working out our alcoholic volume will be, it's going to be quite strong. Well, we're looking at around 18%, I'd say right now. That would ideally be what we're looking at. So we're not, it's not the faint-hearted, but you're not going to drink a pint of this. There's our colour. It's quite clear, as you can see. So our next step is to add the yeast. This is the Safal USO 4. This is just an ale yeast. Add this now. 1. Spilt half of that. Look, 2. That's enough. That's more than enough, honestly. So yeast is in. As you can see, it's starting to filter through. I'm just going to give that a little mix up to help that off with. So there's a mix up for that, and then a handful of raisins is going to go in. Sorry. So you can put water, you could fill this with water, you could fill it with some sanitizer. I'm just going to put some gin through here just because this is coloured, so it's easier to see. Like that. In the airlock. But like I say, you don't need an airlock. You could just get a cap, make a hole in it, get a balloon, and make a pinhole in the balloon, put the balloon over the cap, and when this starts kicking off, you'll find that the balloon will fill, and that's another way to get rid of the gases we don't really need. So, but there we are, and in a couple of hours we should probably start seeing some action on the fermentation. Should start kicking in. That's how easy a mead can be. If anyone has any questions, just drop us a line and we'll see what we can sort out. But it's not rocket science, and people make it more confusing than it really is. I think we've just seen it. It's not really that confusing. Okay, thanks very much, and we'll see you all soon. Okay, so these are the older meads, and this, oh, that was a bit shaky. And this is the newest of the meads, and we are only an hour after knocking it together, and there you saw it. So all in all, we've kicked off. So yeah, there we go. An hour after making the batch, we have started fermentation.